Hello and welcome to my channel. Vice Rhino here, Heidi over there.
Hi.
So yeah, we're here to read some more marriage books, raise some money for charity, hopefully look at a cute dog who doesn't seem very intent on staying in her really fucking comfortable bed that she normally loves, except when we're streaming. But before we do that, I just want to hijack the stream for a moment, because I follow an account called Terrible Maps, and they posted one that is the most lewd sounding town names in each state. Okay. So we've got things like Hump Tulips. I want to say that's Washington. Which one's on the north? Washington or Oregon?
I don't know.
West Coast, the north one. I think that's Washington. And then Oregon below that is Wanker's Corner. Rough and Ready, California. Mary's Igloo, Alaska. What's Mary been up to? Three-Way, Sugar Bunkers, Nevada. Which one's that? I don't know what state that is. I don't know my American geography. Sorry, guys.
What's the one in Welland? That road?
Effingham?
No.
Because there's an Effingham on, I want to say that's, I don't know, that's one of the little ones up in the northeast.
I want to say it's something like Good Dick Road or something.
Oh, Dick Out Road.
Dick Out Road?
Dick Out Road. That's in Waynfleet.
No, I'm talking about, it's off Quaker Road.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know, but there is a Dick Out Road that I know. There's Swallow Hill, Butts, Georgia, Ball Play. I want to say that's Louisiana, the one that's just west of Georgia. Blue Ball Village. I can't see where that arrow is pointing. Brohard, of course, in course, Pennsylvania.
Good Willie Drive.
Good Willie Drive, yes. Good Willie Drive.
I know it's something but Good Dick.
Floyd's Knobs. I think that's Indiana. Spread Eagle, Wisconsin. Spread Eagle, Wisconsin. Hooker, whichever state is north of Texas. Oklahoma, maybe? Got the panhandle like Oklahoma. I don't know. Kinkler, Texas.
Never my thing.
Cooter, Drywood, Beaver City, Balltown, Bone Steel, Cummings, Keister, Goshen Hole, Lubers. I don't know. I just thought this was a fun map, so I hijacked the stream for that. Hi, welcome to the stream. We're raising money for charity, Project Share. Instead of listening to me ramble about it, I actually have a prepared thingy that I can show you.
Prepared?
Prepared. That's why I prepared it, so I don't have to say it live. So yeah, I'm gonna roll an ad for a charity, and my mic will be muted through it because yeah, it's for charity. I don't want to interrupt it. Which I will if I don't mute myself. And show the world how generous a community of atheists can be.
I like that last line.
Yeah, well, I mean, the atheists are stigmatized. We're going to get to it in the video that I'm scripting right now, but in the next chapter of Ellen G. White's book, she goes hard on the Christians are the only good people in the world.
I don't even know that Christians are good.
Yeah, well, that's... So... This is rather ironically in this chapter where she goes hard on how Christians are the only good people in the world. This is also the chapter that I think I'm going to agree with her the most in this entire book, because she does not believe in an eternal torment hell. She believes that no loving God would do such a thing. That's terrible. The pastors that are preaching that are heretics that are leading people to destruction.
Okay.
Her version of the punishment of the wicked, not non-believers, but the wicked, because she gets into how like good works are what saves you, I guess, which is really weird considering it's supposed to be faith in Jesus only. But yeah, when she gets into that, it's like her version of the punishment for sin is what I expect to happen when I die anyway.
Just don't exist.
Yeah, there's just like a moment of like, oh shit, God is real, and then I just don't exist anymore. So like, this is the chapter that I'm going to be able to agree with her the most and be like, yeah, those pastors are douchebags. Yeah, that is a hateful message. Congratulations on figuring that out. Anyways, so that's a spoiler for not this week's video, but next Friday's video. So yeah, raise money for Project Share. We they released their annual statement last week, and last year the total that they raised from third-party fundraisers, such as the one we're doing now, raised I want to say it was $53,000. I forget the exact number. I posted it on Twitter. We raised $12,000 last year. We were 22% of everything that was raised through third-party fundraisers. So yeah, I'm proud of that. I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud to be part of this community. Now, wait, got a small puddle's bed that's empty on the screen. So on to the book, on to what we're here for.
Turn to the book, becoming the woman of his dreams.
Yes, she is always like this.
Yeah, I am actually.
This is not
Sound check.
yeah, I was gonna say this is not the first time I mentioned this on stream, but like every week, sound check, it's a nightmare. Oh, Nox Lupus is in the Twitch chat saying that this is the first stream I'm not piggybacking off a collab. That's not true. I streamed yesterday by myself, editing a video, and we stream on Twitch every Tuesday. Well, I mean, Twitch is fairly new here, so
this isn't a collab because I don't have a thing. I don't have a channel.
it's still collaborative.
Yeah, but you can't be like, it's not like I have.
Go check out Heidi's social media that we're purposely hiding from you so that you can't.
Yeah, like I've got no viewers coming to watch you because I don't have viewers. Like
She's at Rhino Rider 9 on Twitter. And every time I tag you in something, I get like 1 or 2 comments that are like, I love the username.
Oh, okay. Guard your heart.
It's got a little cage around it.
You better not.
Yeah, it's got a little cage around it, made of plaque from all the chips that I eat. On the inside.
Would Bluey say your nickname is, your middle name is Chippy?
Yes, one of my stepkids has nicknamed me Papa Chip.
Yeah.
I'm Papa Chip.
Yeah. Sitting in a waiting room, I rummaged through stacks of magazines to pass the time. A magazine for families. I thought as I picked up a popular title. That ought to be safe. Thumbing through the pages, I went directly to the Family Matters column to see what the culture was teaching these days. The title, Why You Can't Love Your Husband and Brad Pitt Too. I turned back to the cover to make sure
Why you can't or why you can?
Oh, sorry, why you can. Yeah, why not? I turned back to the cover to make sure I had not inadvertently picked up Cosmopolitan or the National Enquirer.
Yeah, because those are like...
They're not even similar.
Yeah, but like those are the examples that she can think of like a sinful magazine that would be in a waiting room. The Cosmopolitan, they talk about sex, don't you know?
Yeah.
And they suggest that it's okay for unmarried people to do it.
Oh, no. Nope. It was a magazine for families, targeted at wives and mothers. This is some of what the author had to say. Plagiarism.
Oh, is this going to be one of those chapters that the whole chapter is just a quote from something else?
Well, no, she has like this big quote, but she doesn't actually say where it's from. So technically she's...
Oh, it's the author of the magazine.
Yeah, but she doesn't say.
Okay, well, okay, before we get into this, can I just say that, like, celebrity crushes are fine. Like, I totally get that
I'll
You know?
do Scarlett Johansson, yes.
I was going to say Ryan Reynolds. But
That too.
why not both together?
I know. That'd be great.
I'd do that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So yeah, no, it's fine to have celebrity crushes. Like, odds are it's never even going to potentially be an issue.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that we're probably not even going to meet these people, much less get to know them on an intimate level.
What are you trying to say? I'm not good
That
enough.
we run in different circles.
And Ryan's also very much in love with his wife.
Which is part of what makes him endearing.
I know. Ugh. Okay. Last spring, I found myself applying a pretty shade of pink lipstick before heading off to the nursery to buy annuals. Why the fuss? I hope to run into the handsome gentlemen who work there. According to experts, married crushes are natural and common.
See, now, that's a different category than a celebrity crush.
Yeah.
Like, dressing up to go somewhere where you know you're going to run into someone.
Yeah, no, that is very different. That's, yeah, that's dangerous. As long as you don't let them develop into full-blown fantasies or consider acting upon them. Well, that kind of is acting upon them.
Yeah, if you're dressing up to go...
Specifically to see someone in hopes that they would notice you.
Yeah, no, that is acting on it.
Yeah. These minor attractions can actually help you appreciate your spouse more. Infatuation offers a safe break from the marital routine. Everyday life is a bit humdrum, making it hard to maintain a passionate connection all the time. Well, friends, there's another expert on marriage who was not quoted in this article, and his teachings is the antithesis of this one.
Is it Jesus?
How'd you know?
Because Sharon's predictable as fuck.
His name is Jesus. Jesus Christ.
Jinx. Oh, Puddles is back. He's like, why are they yelling about Jesus in here?
So Bluey asked me the other day if Jesus was a bad word.
Yeah, no, because your kids know Jesus as a swear word. It's actually, it's funny. So that song that's used as like music on TikTok, I'll dance with my hands above my head, like Jesus said.
Yeah.
Your oldest kid, when he knows the song, but when it gets to the like Jesus said, he doesn't say like Jesus said. He said, "Oh, Jesus said," because that's how he knows the word Jesus. Actually made my dad laugh uncontrollably. One of the first times they met, because like he just like stubbed his toe or something. Ah, Jesus! And my dad just thought that was the most funny thing in the world.
Oh, my tiny humans. They're great. Yeah, Bluey came home the other day. Yeah, we're taking some side roads here, but Bluey came home the other day talking about Fur Santa and how he likes to steal children and put them in cages, and he saw him, taking them away. I'm like,
it's Donald Trump.
Well, we know it's Krampus, but I'm like, where did my child hear about this? Like, in such detail.
Yeah, he had the whole legend of Krampus. Pretty much. And like they were making plans for Christmas as to like how they're going to make sure Krampus doesn't come and get us.
Like it was weird, because I was like, I had to go to Rory. I was like, Rory, did you tell? Because that's something she would do. I was like, did you tell Bluey about Krampus? She's like, no. Anyways, yeah.
Don't forget to donate to Project Share.
Okay, so his name is Jesus. Jesus, come on. If you're gonna come up, you gotta come up. Come on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm Puddles. This is what he has to say about infatuation with the delivery boy.
Okay, yeah, we all know he says if you're attracted to someone, you've basically had sex with them already. You don't give me that look. That's what he said.
I've cheated on you so many times.
I know, and you.
This is what he says about infatuation with the delivery boy, flirting with a man at the nursery, or coyly toying with a coworker in the next cubicle. You have heard that it was said, do not commit adultery. But I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart.
Oh, wait, no, you haven't cheated on me. I've only cheated on you because it only applies to...
Woo, I'm free.
Women don't have sexual desires, don't you know?
Oh, yeah, we don't. Not at all. I know. Yeah,
apparently, Dr. Blue 420 said, 4-year-old Henry just said, I'm waiting till I grow up so I won't be stealed by Krampus.
Aw. Hi. Mommy can't read if you... Mommy can't read. Hi. Okay, you're gonna have to go down now.
Puddles. Hey, let mommy read.
Okay. Looking at another man with a flirtatious eye is such a serious offense that Jesus went on to say, if your right eye causes you to sin, gorge it out and throw it away.
Okay.
Matthew 5:29.
Yeah, no, but that means that literally everybody should be walking around with their eyes gouged out. Except for maybe
Asexuals?
Asexuals, not even all asexuals though. Because asexuals, it is possible to be physically attracted to someone and just not be interested in sex. It's possible to even have sex as an asexual. But yeah, there's all sorts of different breeds of asexual. But yeah, some of them might be kinds. You know what I meant.
Spectrum.
There's a whole spectrum of asexuals.
Mommy's gonna turn so the camera can at least see you. They can at least enjoy you while you're here. Okay. Oh, good. Thank you. Now, don't worry. I'm not going to tell you to pluck out your eye. Really? Because that's what Jesus said to do.
That's what Jesus said. Why are you disagreeing with Jesus? Again. Again, she's rewriting the Bible.
She's got notes for Jesus and God.
You know what? I'm turning off the Puddles cam. You guys don't get to see Puddles until we get to 2,600 in the donations.
If you don't have a crush on the buff young man who bags your produce at the grocery store, but I'm telling you that you might need to shop elsewhere. I'm saying that if you find yourself adding a bit of lip gloss before heading to the post office, where the cute blonde with the steel blue eyes always greets you as though you've made his day, you need to forget the gloss and go to another post office. And that the man in the next cubicle who always showers you with compliments and makes your heart skip a beat.
Okay, I'm sorry. My brain, when you said man in the next cubicle who always showers you, I was picturing like a public shower situation. I'm like, why are you showering with someone? That's not your spouse.
Oh, shower. Little compliments you, heart skips a beat. I think Jesus is saying to change cubicles, or even more drastic, change jobs.
Or go to therapy if you're having that much of a hard time keeping it in your pants.
Yeah,
it requires changing jobs to not.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Also
got her fur all over this.
Also keep in mind that, like, in order for cheating to actually happen, it does, like, obviously, like, if I'm roaming around looking for opportunities to cheat, I'll probably find one. But it does take two people. So, like, if you are attracted to someone that you work with, but the feeling's not mutual, then whether you're married or not, same thing applies. They're not attracted to you, so you just don't be a dick about it.
Yeah.
And leave them alone. Like, learn some basic self-control. And if you are married, then even if it is mutual, don't be a dick to the person you're married to, or in a long-term relationship with, or even in a short-term.
Whoa.
What is that noise?
I know. I was like,
oh, someone cheered 25 bits or something on Twitch.
Puddles, Mommy can't play with you right now. She's streaming.
Oh, cheered to say donate for a good cause.
Woohoo!
They sent me money to say send money somewhere else.
Okay.
But yeah, no, you guys don't get to see Puddles again until it gets to 2,600.
Perhaps you think I've gone just a bit too far. Yes, I do, Sharon. Yes, I do. I imagine.
But she didn't even go as far as Jesus did, though.
No, she didn't. I imagine that folks listening to Jesus' advice about running from temptation thought so too. The truth is,
yeah, she thought so too.
Yeah.
So Jesus has gone too far. So I'm going to tell you not to go that far. Like, there were literally people there have literally been entire sects of Christianity that have dedicated themselves to castrating themselves. They will chop off their dicks because of that passage. One of the church fathers, it's not 100% confirmed, but based on some of the writings of like later church fathers talking about him, I want to say it was Origen, but it might have been Tertullian. Not that you recognize either of those names because you don't fucking care. But like one of them had castrated themselves, or it's very likely that they castrated themselves because of that verse. So it's like people have done themselves real harm because of this teaching of Jesus. And she's sitting here saying like, yeah, I think she's agreeing with me that Jesus went too far there. So like, if you agree with me that Jesus is going too far there, then that means you're disagreeing with Jesus. So like, why are we sticking with this Christianity thing anyway?
Because in this paragraph, it's just a metaphor. But in other paragraphs, it's not a metaphor.
Yeah.
I imagine the folks listening, The truth is, I've never known one woman who had an affair that did not begin with a toying glance or flirtatious, innocent bantering. Well, yeah.
Flirtation is how you start not just an affair, but like a relationship.
Yeah. Every sin begins with a thought, and every spiritual battle is won or lost at the threshold of the mind.
My brain is all over the place today because as soon as you said every sin begins with, my mind immediately went to every kiss begins with K.
I'm waiting for it. No, K Jewelers. I'm waiting for the jewelry. Although please don't ever get me like, you know how every year like Mother's Day and Valentine's Day they come out with these like special edition like heart necklaces and mom necklaces. Don't ever get me one of those, please.
Do I strike you as the kind of person that would?
I'm just making sure that you wouldn't.
No, I would not. That is a waste of money.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. It is unacceptable that not a single donation has come in yet.
Donate.
We did $12,000 last year. We still have $10,000 to go to beat that. Come on, guys. Get with the program. Continue reading.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Last year I was on the other side of the computer and I was donating. Just so I could pop up on the screen. I mean, not just so. I was donating to a good cause. But it was entertaining for me. Rather than making one big donation, I would make like lots of little ones.
Well, I mean, I have a oh, that's this Thursday. This Thursday coming up. I have a stream with God damn it, I'm blanking on his name. Eric Manning. I have a stream with Eric Manning. We're going to get into an argument for charity.
A debate?
No, it's not. It's going to be a conversation. I don't like formal debates.
Okay, but it's not going to be an argument.
We're going to argue.
I was trying to be PC about it.
We disagree about some things. We're going to argue.
I was trying to be PC.
In trying to come up with the discussion for the discussion, or a topic for the discussion, God damn it, Shannon. No super chats. Give it to charity. Fuck off, Shannon. God, what's wrong with you? Hi, Shannon. Love you. No, dog, you can't come up until they give another $60, $40 at least. You can't be on camera anymore.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's going to argue on Thursday. Be there.
Going to argue on Thursday with Eric Manning.
Back to the book.
Yeah, and there's going to be Christians watching on Eric's side that are going to be donating to the charity. So you guys got to beat the Christians. So...
Can we have like a tally going on each screen to see like...
I don't know if we'll be able to have it going, but I'm definitely planning on telling people like when you donate, like make sure to write a note saying whether you're on Eric's team Eric or team Rhino.
That'd be awesome. Okay, let's face it. Women long to feel beautiful. Am I beautiful?
Yes, you are.
Aww.
That's Shannon's super chat finally came through.
Woohoo!
Jassa says my spending money is going to therapy. Yeah, that's a good cause too. Therapy's okay.
Yeah, that's a very good cause.
But the dog is literally like biting my arm because she wants to join the
After being married for a few years and having a baby or two, we begin to wonder if we are still pretty or sexually appealing. Then a man comes along who pays us a compliment and our heart skips a beat. Well, maybe husbands, fathers, pay your wives a compliment. That's all it took. Just pay him a compliment. That is natural. However, if that compliment or attention leads to infatuation, returning for more, or a crush, as the article implied, Jesus tells us to turn and run in the opposite direction. Press the delete button and avoid a reply.
The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run in.
I'm telling you, we need to end our streams with you playing your guitar, singing
saved.
Christian music.
There's hand gestures to that song as well. I don't remember them all, but when the righteous run into it, you do that because they run into it.
That's more like a duh. I don't know. Anyways.
Like a rabbi, a preacher, and an atheist walk into a bar. Ow.
I don't get it.
Because they walked into a bar.
Oh.
Have you not heard that one before?
No. Flee from sexual immortality.
You mean immorality?
Yeah, that.
I am sexually immortal.
I feel like I have something. Everybody knows I can't read. We go through this every week. And I'm okay with that. So here's some encouragement for you guys out there who can't read as well. I'm getting my master's degree, so you could do it too.
Shannon, I believe, is dyslexic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the spelling of the word dyslexic was mean, though.
I know, that's...
Like, why? Why?
Yeah. Okay, 1 Corinthians 6:18. This is serious. Pluck it out.
So is it serious, pluck it out, or is it Jesus went too far, don't pluck it out?
I don't fucking know what she's saying right now. It is interesting that when Satan tempted Eve in the garden, the first step to her downfall was her eyes. The woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eye.
I mean, God could have just not made the fruit that would ruin everything good for eating and pleasing to the eye.
Very true. Like, it could be smelly and gross looking.
He could have made it. He could have made it the fruit of the corpse flower.
Or he could have also just
put it on the moon.
Yeah.
Instead of in the middle of the garden.
Yeah. But he wanted free will. And then he wanted to punish us for our free will.
David Tennant asks about that in Good Omens.
Yeah.
We need to watch that.
Okay.
Stream's over. We're going to watch Good Omens now. Oh, we're at 26:10. Puddles.
I was like, yeah, I'm coming.
Oh, come here, girl. Come here. Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh.
That's my
dad. We got
daddy.
some donations.
That's my daddy. I feel like, please tell me this is a short chapter because this is going to be forever. Oh, we got a list.
We got a list. Is it 25 items?
No, it's only 10 today.
Oh, Shannon donated 50.
Oh, thanks, Shannon. Woo woo. Okay.
What's that shit? You like the charity 10 times more than you like me? What's wrong with you, Shannon? Come on. Fuck off. Jeez, Shannon. Jesus, Shannon. It's okay, Shannon.
Okay. It is interesting that when Satan tempted Eve in the garden, the first step to her downfall were their eyes. The woman... This is going to be a long chapter. The woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eye. Genesis 3:6. Emphasis added. It all began with her eye.
No, it all began with Satan saying... No, not Satan. The snake saying, did God really say that you couldn't eat from the tree? And she said, yeah, that's
also, what do we know about children? Because, yeah, they're adults, but...
They're alive for literally less than 24 hours.
You tell children not to do something, what the fuck are they going to
do? And not only that, but God made these children without the knowledge of good and evil, so they literally could not know any better.
That's true. So even God telling them that, like, hey, don't do this. Oh, say that's my daddy. Oh, for those of you who don't know, Rhino had another kid today.
Oh yeah, the turtle. Her youngest made me change the turtle's diaper, and it said that apparently I'm
The mommy.
the mommy, she's the daddy, you're the grandma.
I'm the grandma. Rory's the brother.
Rory's the brother.
Yeah. Okay. Ta-da!
Gender is truly a social construct with that kid. It don't matter. Everybody's gender fluid.
Yeah. I wonder what would have happened if she had chosen to look away. Why would she do that? Like,
well, I mean, it wasn't.
okay, wait. Hold on.
It doesn't work because it wasn't a matter of just looking at it. It was a matter of like, hey, if you eat that fruit, you'll get knowledge and be like a god.
Yeah.
So it's not about what it looks like. It's like, oh yeah, I kind of do want to be like God.
Yeah, because I like God, apparently. So
Yeah, God's a pretty good guy. I want to be like that.
Yeah. Kids often want to be like their parents. Makes sense. And parent says, don't touch that. Kid's gonna do it. Like, it was just wrong from the beginning. It was just bound to fail from the beginning. From the beginning. Damn it. Oh,
You
I
keep
wonder
forgetting
what
to mark where you were.
Yeah, I am. I wonder what would have happened if she had chosen to look away. We would all be basking naked, eating fruit and having as much sex as we want. Damn it, Eve.
Fucking Eve, man.
Fucking Eve. You're right, Christians. That would have been so much better of a life.
Shannon wants to know how much longer is the stream going and what's the goal. We usually stream for somewhere in between 1 and 2 hours. So it's a range.
Yeah.
And the goal, I guess we should have a on-stream goal. So should we get to 3,000?
Sure.
Or should we shoot higher than that? 3,500. We were at about 2,500 when we started, so let's go for 3,500.
3,500.
Raise 1,000 a night. That's possible. I've done better than that in the past. So you guys aren't gonna lose to past me, are you?
Stop guilting them into donating to charity.
No, there was one stream. I forget what it even was. I think it was when Roe versus Wade got overturned, and there was an abortion, like a group that like funds people traveling expenses.
Yeah.
For abortions, and I just did an impromptu stream, and in one night we raised like $2,500.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not possible.
$1,000 is possible. You guys can do better than past me,
Yeah.
right?
So we would love you to donate to charity. We appreciate it, but we also understand things be expensive now. But one of the things I really
donate to charity and then apply to Modest Needs for what you need for help, which is another charity in the States that does kind of the same thing as Project Share, but it's bigger.
Anyways, back to what I was saying.
So give your last dollar to my charity and then get help from another one.
One of the things I really dislike is when people collecting money for donations guilt you into donating or try to guilt you into donating. But my thing is they don't know.
You're not going to like my stream with Jimmy then.
They don't know where you're already donating to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like when people are face to face doing stuff.
Yeah.
Because like on stream, it's like, yeah.
Well, not even just face to face. It's like the kids come home with these letters like, oh, donate to charity, blah, blah, blah. And they make the kids feel like they have to donate it to be a good person. So then the kid comes home. We've got 7 kids.
Yeah. So,
plus,
no, we don't. We have 5 kids.
There's 7 of us. We're all children. But yeah, we've got 5 kids. Like for some, so let's say they're collecting Christmas presents. They're like, oh, everyone bringing $10. That's $50 for us. I mean, yeah, we might be able to afford it, but there's families out there that can't. So then their kid shows up at class, not with a donation. And then they feel bad for not being able to participate.
So I always feel moderately guilty when I'm at a store and there's a donation thing at checkout, because I always say no. Like, even if it's a cause I would support, I always say no, because the donation at checkout thing is 100%. It's that company just looking for a tax write-off, because it's their way of like, because you don't get a receipt for your donation for that, because it's always like $1 or $2 or whatever. But whatever they collect in total between all of their customers, it's a significant amount. They give it to charity. They didn't actually have to dig into their profits to give it to charity, and they get a massive tax write-off from it. So I do not.
Yeah, I don't.
Like
Ever
that?
since you explained that to me, I don't either.
That's fucking scammy as fuck. I hate it. So I feel guilty about it though, because like the cash register or the cashiers are there, like looking at you like, oh, would you like to donate money to feed hungry children? Like,
How do
no,
you know my
I don't
kids
think I
aren't the
will.
hungry people? Like,
Well, I mean, Walmart often does the breakfast club, and my kids abuse the fuck out of that program.
yeah,
But I mean, that's one of the beautiful things about that program, is that they don't make, like, it's not a program that they discriminate between, like, only the poor kids can use the breakfast club, because then the kids that use the breakfast club are then in an out group at school.
They're
Those are the
stigmatized,
poor
yeah.
kids. They're the ones that need the breakfast club because their parents can't afford to feed them.
Yeah.
Whereas breakfast club, it's just like, when you get to school, there's food for everybody.
yeah,
And my kids abuse the fuck out of it, but it's like, it's for everybody.
yeah.
So I like, that's one that's like, I feel like I should donate to that one because my kids don't need it, but they use it anyway. But it's still going through that corporation tax write-off thing, which I don't
Yeah,
like.
but I mean, yeah, they don't need it and they use it anyways, but that also means that they're making it socially acceptable. So
Yeah.
if kids didn't do it, then it wouldn't be socially acceptable. And so the kids who really want to eat wouldn't be eating.
You know Ridley, though. He doesn't care if it's socially acceptable. He'll just eat. If there's food in front of them, they'll eat.
Yeah. Waiting.
Socially acceptable or no.
I'm waiting for Rudy. Okay. The above article had very little to do with Brad Pitt or Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson? Why would he even be? Oh. But more
Because
to say.
she's a Christian. They like Mel Gibson because he did The Passion of the Christ. Well, was this written before Passion of the Christ?
I don't know. But more to say about men we come in contact with every day. Honestly, had it been Brad Pitt or Mel, they're on first name. Basically.
It's like, it's Brad Pitt or Mel.
Yeah. I might have had a chuckle, but this article was encouraging women to play with fire. The author went on to say, whether you have a soft spot for Mel Gibson or Mel the mailman, make sure your husband knows that a crush doesn't change the way you feel about him. We all want to know.
So that's another aspect of this. Like, if you come home from work one day and you're like, hey, they hired a new guy. He's kind of cute. I kind of like him. And you're talking to me about it. You're communicating with me and you're being open about the fact that you think he's kind of cute. It's like, I don't expect you to be blind. You're
Right.
allowed to think other guys are cute.
I mean, they're not as cute as you, but
I do need to trim my beard. It's getting a little poofy.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie. It is.
Yeah. No, well, no, I keep meaning, but no, I stored the pen for my phone in it the other day. Like I was using the pen and I needed to put it down for a sec, but not put it away. So I did that, and it worked. So it's like, yeah, time to trim the beard.
So yes, I have 6 children. We all want to know that we are number one in our spouse's life. As for me, I told my husband about a man at the nursery. Going to see your boyfriend, he teased as I headed out the door to buy mulch. Later, I assured him that while garden guy knew the best cure for
So
aphids, is it aphids? Aphids.
So
He
Shannon,
could never melt my heart. I need to finish the paragraph.
he could never melt my heart.
The end.
Oh,
That's it.
there's-
I just need to finish the paragraph.
All right. Shannon said I recruited the guy that I let live in my house. I read that and I assumed there was a situation where like somebody needed a place to crash for a bit and she was letting them live there. No, it was Paul.
Oh, I just automatically assumed that's what it was.
Yeah, no. I didn't. I checked the things like, oh, who's living in your house aside from your immediate family? I'm like, oh, it's Paul.
Shannon, he's trying to get you in trouble.
That's just how she talks about Paul.
Trying to get you in trouble. I read that and tried to imagine Steve saying to me, honey, I want to tell you that I have a crush on the checkout girl at Home Depot, but I still love you the best.
See, if you can be open with that, I don't see a problem with that. It's when it starts getting sneaky and hidden, and there's things going on that aren't consensual, like.
But also, like, with the crush at the, like, coffee shop or what, you don't know these people. It's not like you're having, like, full-blown conversations and sitting down for coffee and getting to know them.
Well, not everybody's like me.
What do you mean?
I mean, like, remember I went to the grocery store the other day and I told you all proud that, like, I had a brief conversation with the cashier
Yeah.
that had nothing to do with, like, this is your total. It was, like, an actual, like, human interaction, because that's not something I do.
I know.
So it was all, like, proud. Like, hey, I talked to another woman. I had a human conversation.
Like, yeah, you couldn't cheat if you tried.
I could, too. I just don't want to try.
A human today. I get queasy feeling. Oh, damn it.
I forgot how to read again.
I get a queasy feeling just thinking about such a conversation. And yet this is what the Family magazine was suggesting for women of the new millennium.
Wait, was that the name of the magazine? The Family magazine?
Well, she has in quotations, but it's all lowercase. Probably not. No wonder the divorce rate in this country is 50% and rising.
Is it? I thought it was going down, actually, because I've heard that statistic, and every now and then I've wanted to look it up because, like, one of the common tropes is that evangelicals have a higher divorce rate than the general population.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I've looked that up, I recall it being, like, it's not untrue, but it's not, like, by a significant amount. It's like within the margin of error. So it's like, that's not a point. That's not a jab that I'm comfortable using, because it's like, it's not true enough for it to be like a thing or whatever. But yeah, no, I don't feel like the divorce rate is rising. Well, I can Google that.
Okay, you Google that while I read about Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web.
That's what it's called, Charlotte's Web. What I'd like to do is put a face on the previous section. It is easy to read a story such as the one I just mentioned and think that that would never happen to me. I would never have an affair or even be tempted to. Sister, one of the most dangerous places we can ever be is in a place where we think. End of sentence.
Sorry, what was that? What was the sentence? Read the whole thing again. I missed it.
Oh, damn it, where is it? Okay. Sister, one of the most dangerous places we can ever be is in the place where we think.
What? And that's the end of the sentence?
Oh, sorry. It's a comma, not a full stop.
Oh, so this is just your reading comprehension again.
We should just end the stream here.
She's getting her master's degree, y'all. Her master's in psychology.
And I'm doing really well, actually.
You are. All right, I did look up the marriage rates. So marriage rates have dropped a little bit in between 2011 and 2021. Let's see, does it kind of give me the actual number? If I hover? No. Oh, yeah. So marriage rate was 16.3 out of every 1,000 women got married in 2011, and it was 14.9. And it's per 1,000 women aged 15 and over. Ugh. That's that leaves me with a bad taste in my mouth. Yeah. And then the divorce rate,
because their divorces shouldn't count, because that should have never happened to begin with.
Okay, I'm gonna open a calculator because.
Okay, you open the calculator while I finish this sentence. Sister, one of the most dangerous places we could ever be is in the place where we think. That could never happen to me. There is a roaring lion out there, and he is waiting for just the right moment to attack. Pounce on me, baby, pounce.
I'll be a roaring lion.
His most common prey are those who are not on the alert. Paul says, we are not ignorant of his, the devil's, schemes. 2 Corinthians 2:11. But Sharon, I am a Christian, you might be thinking. I can skip this part.
Is that you speaking? Or
no,
Sharon?
I don't know what's... Okay.
She actually wrote in the book, I can skip this part. Is that a sentence that appears in the book, or is that what you said?
No, it is. It's like, so she's talking as if she's like the reader, but Sharon, I'm a Christian, you might be thinking.
Oh, so you're thinking, I'm a Christian, I could skip this part.
Yeah.
Because Christians never cheat. All right. So I did the math. Marriage rate in 2011 was 16.3 women per out of 1,000 got married in 2011. And in 2021, it dropped to 14.9. So that was a drop of 1.4 per 1,000 women. And the divorce rates went from 9.7 to 6.9 in that same time span. So that was a drop of 2.8. So divorce rates are decreasing faster than marriage rates are decreasing.
But, okay, but now you have to take in consideration, is it because people just aren't getting married?
No, that's what I mean. The marriage rates are decreasing slower.
The marriage rate.
Yeah.
Yep. I feel like we should just shut it down. We'll come back tomorrow because
it's more fun when you're out of it. It's more entertaining.
Okay. Let's see. Skipping this part. Paul wrote to the Christians in Corinth.
Shannon, I almost said Sharon. That's Sharon. This is Shannon. Says, we're the same couple. Paul's like, ew, humans. And I'm like, hi, stranger. My name's Shannon. I like your hair today. Let's be friends.
Oh.
Like, yeah, you're not wrong.
Damn it. Okay. Paul wrote to the Christians in Corinth. I am afraid that just as Eve was deceived by the serpent's cunning, your minds may somehow be led astray from your sincere and pure devotion to Christ. What's that got to do with my fucking husband, though?
Well, if you're devoted to Christ, you won't cheat on him.
2 Corinthians 11:3. Emphasis added. Read that again. I'm not.
Did she write it again?
No.
Because I feel sometimes like she needed to get the page count up in this thing. Shit, I'm still a page short. Let me find another 26 listicle thing that I can do.
Would you like, what was it? Would you like to go play badminton on a boat deck? What was it?
No, it was tennis of some kind. It was like a
Yacht
variation
tennis.
on tennis.
Was it yacht
tennis? Yeah, something like that.
Can you please take me yacht tennis? I would like to go.
For those of you who didn't watch, that was a list of 26 items that she recommended doing with your spouse to like spice things up a bit. One of them was yacht tennis, playing tennis on a yacht, because that's something that everybody can do. She's relatable, y'all.
Yup. Okay, sincere and pure devotion. Paul was not writing to weak or immature Christians. He was warning mature Christians about the seductive power of the enemy. Okay.
So, seduced by Satan?
I guess.
It's a pretty hot guy sometimes.
Could be a girl. You don't know.
Satan?
Yeah.
Typically he's man-ish.
Yeah, but we've already discussed that gender is a social construct.
It is, yeah.
So we don't know.
It's always referred to with he, him in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he's the devil, so if anyone's going to jump on the trans trend.
But it's also he's a he, him,
satanic, y'all.
The Bible.
No, I'm getting my channel strike for that.
For what?
Because I just said being trans is satanic. Clearly I was joking, and I am very much pro-trans, but YouTube's not good at context.
I just hope you don't get like...
My little geekery says, if you're paying attention, Rhino, I have a book for you and Heidi, and I cannot find your P.O. Box address. Where can I find it? I think it's under the description, is it not? Yeah, it's in the description. P.O. Box 343, Fort Erie, Ontario, L2A 5N1.
So we have a requirement. If you're going to mail us stuff, you have to send us a chocolate from your local city. Yeah. Ever since that person from Australia sent us that chocolate, I'm like, I want chocolate from around the world.
My kids look for Tim Tams everywhere we go now.
Yeah. Those little frog ones that were never ending.
We just kept finding them. Yeah.
It's like, how are we not finished these yet? They would just magically appear.
Lord of Huskalak says, Seductive powers of the enemy. Wars would be a lot less bloody if armies fought with seduction.
I will sex you to death.
It's like, insert penis. The first person to move because it feels good loses.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we do war from now on.
Yeah, but then women would be the ones.
You can insert a penis into a guy.
No, because we would be the ones that were the soldiers because we could just lay there. Be like, meh. It's a true story.
I've not experienced that.
No,
No, I haven't.
you haven't experienced
I mean, all of my
vagina yet. Like
all of my sexual activity has been with someone who's actually interested in doing it. So the whole like starfishing it doesn't really. I've not. That's a new concept to me.
yeah, we're pros.
Shannon says I'd be a war hero. What would count as a Purple Heart Award for the American?
Well, now I'm like, I feel. At first, I was like, no, because the women were gonna have to be the soldiers. But I'm like, is this a bad thing or a good thing? I'm confused at this point now. Because on the one hand, you get to have all the sex, and it's not like looked down upon because that's your job to have all the sex. Okay, we still haven't gotten to Charlotte's Web yet. Let's take a look at Charlotte. Oh, here we go.
Sometimes you find strange things funny. Why are we taking a look at Charlotte? Oh yeah, okay. She is drinking a oregano infused beverage.
Oh, okay. Charlotte. This is a true story, but I've changed the name. Okay, because I was very confused. I was like, does she really think that there was a talking spider and talking baby? I was so confused.
You never know.
It's just the person's name is Charlotte, not.
So it's not actually Charlotte's Web?
No.
Did she even mention Charlotte's Web, or is that all you?
No, the title of this section is called Charlotte's Web.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm showing puddles again, so y'all owe donations to the charity.
Okay. But I've changed the name to protect Charlotte and her family. She grew up in a Christian home, attended a college Bible study, married a good, godly man, and was a virgin until her honeymoon night. Poor
I don't believe that.
Poor Charlotte. Growing up in a home with 2 older brothers and 2 younger brothers, Charlotte never felt good enough, pretty enough, or smart enough to measure up to her perception of what was acceptable. What's her living with brothers got to do with her feeling pretty enough and good enough?
Because brothers are mean and will call her ugly a lot? I don't know, but that's the kind of talk that we don't tolerate in this house. Like, we let them get away with a lot of...
But I mean, sisters do that too, so I'm confused as to why... I don't know. Anyways, in an effort to receive love, Charlotte was a polite and quiet little girl who made straight A's in school and always obeyed the rules. She's neurodivergent is what she was. She didn't date...
We got $250 donation from Godless Engineer. Thanks, John.
Woo!
You should have made that a match donation. Just message me next time. Be like, I'll do a match donation. So then we could have made that $500. Fuck you, John.
Thank you for donating.
Nobody's going to donate anymore because I keep swearing at the people that do.
And guilting them into donating. She didn't date in high school and only had a few BUs in college. While getting her nursing degree, Charlotte met a geology major, Bill, who became one of her best friends. 4 years after... Why do we need to know the whole backstory? Dear Lord. 4 years after graduation, Bill and Charlotte...
Okay. You've seen enough Christian movies by now. They think you need to know every detail.
Like, they're all the same.
It's like, if you don't...
They went to high school, they pledged their virginity, they met their husband in college, they got married.
But if you don't see them meet, how will you know that they met? It doesn't make sense that 2 people would just know each other in a movie. You have to see them meet for the first time. And this is the same thing. How would you know that they ever met? It wouldn't make sense unless you get the whole backstory
Well,
about
all she had to say was Charlotte and her husband Bill. Oh, they met at some point before they got married.
Yeah, but you need the details of how they met, otherwise the story doesn't make sense.
Okay, 4 years after graduation, Bill asked Charlotte out on their first official date, and the relationship took a new dimension.
Did you pronounce bows as BUs? And I missed it.
Is that what it is?
Okay, so fun fact. We fight each other with Wordle. It was to see who can solve it in fewer steps. And the other day, I forget what the word was, but I typed in BEAUT, and I didn't expect it to be a word. That was one of those, like, the word that, like, the letters are in the right position. Maybe this will work. Maybe it won't. I don't know. I don't think it's a word, but we'll see. In my mind, I was pronouncing it boat, because I know bow is like, it was those handsome bows over the thing or whatever. So, like, in my mind, it was boat, but it was butte. And as soon as it went, it was like, oh yeah, that is a word. I know that word. Not really.
How do you spell bows? Because this is not bows.
BEAUS.
Shh.
Is that how it's spelled? It's French.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay. She's high. She'll get back to reading eventually. If you donate another $500, she'll stop laughing.
Okay.
Did you see what Shannon said? Says, Jesus, we are the same couple. Psychology nerd girl with serious issues reading and socially awkward former YUC dude. It's like a mirror.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
You good?
Yeah, I think so.
Deep breath.
Okay. His 6'5" frame fit well with her 6-foot stature, and his large, handsome hands made hers feel small and vulnerable.
What? Okay. Relative size doesn't matter. I don't know why people are so hung up on that. Like, you remember one of our early conversations was you told me how to modify my what's it called? That app that you date on? Tinder.
Oh, yeah, I was
One of our first conversations was you telling me how to change my Tinder profile to get more matches. Because you're like, you're kind of tall. You should put that in your Tinder. You should put your height in your Tinder profile. You're like, why? Why the fuck does that matter? But apparently it matters to people. I don't understand it.
Okay.
Mark Fernkoff says, unplug Heidi and plug her back in again. I'm not allowed to do that on stream.
Okay.
I'll plug her in once we're done.
Shh. Damn it, what were you just talking about?
Tinder height?
Yes. Oh, why it matters. For these reasons, though, we're always told, like, as women, that we're supposed to be, we're supposed to shrink, basically. In our features, in our demeanor, everything is supposed to be small. Damn it!
Just whole book just shut on her lap. So she just lost her place.
That's what a woman is supposed to be. Like, everything about her personality, small personality.
Fuck that.
Okay, but that is how we're socialized. So I get now why she mentioned the brothers, but she didn't explain why she mentioned the brothers.
Was the woman 6 feet in there? Because someone else is saying it might have been
5'6". No, she's 6 foot.
She's 6 foot.
But that's why, because she felt more boyish because she was 6 foot. She grew up with all brothers. It becomes relevant now when you think about it.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here thinking, like, imagine the legs on a 6 foot tall one. Ooh,
Yeah. But that's not
nice. I like it.
That's not how we're socialized. As women, we're not socialized that way. We must be petite and small and whatever.
Fuck that.
So the whole he's 6'5" fits well with her 6 foot stature, and his large hands made her feel small and vulnerable. That's what it is.
I mean, if that's your kink, go for it. But like,
Right.
I don't like.
I get that you don't, but I'm saying as women, we are socialized to that's what we are supposed to be.
No,
So she
okay.
finally finds a man where she feels like that.
To be
which
fair,
is what
I
she's
do
been told that she's always had to feel like.
So I am just tall enough that I usually don't have to look up to make eye contact with people.
Mm-hmm.
So on the rare occasion when I do meet someone that's a little bit taller than me and I have to look up to make eye contact, that does make me feel a little bit uncomfortable. So I can see why, like, if like that's what you're used to in life or whatever, that's fine. But like, I don't know, find yourself a guy who can appreciate a tall gal.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how tall
No,
he is.
we get that now.
Well, Sharon doesn't get that now.
Well, sure. Yeah, well, Sharon and Sharon. But I'm just saying we are learning to socialize our children differently.
So Steve Weber says feeling small and vulnerable is supposed to be good.
For women, yes.
Well, I mean, like I was saying, if that's your kink, go for it. Because I can see that being a submission thing or
No.
whatever.
Yes. Thank you for not listening to me about the female experience when I say we are socialized to believe this.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying that her height should not be an issue ever. And the only time feeling small and vulnerable should come into play is if that is a kink.
Right.
Like, that's what I'm saying should be the case.
Okay, but you never said the should.
Well, I'm sorry for not saying it.
Yes, I
We
agree.
still need like $500 more to hit our goal for the stream.
I agree. That should be the case, but that's not how women are socialized. So for women, it matters because, like, even me, I'm 5'10", which is taller than the average female. And interesting enough, most of the men I dated were shorter than me, but I'm also 5'10". It feels so much different being with someone who is taller than you. As a woman.
Yeah, that's what that was the feedback she gave me on my Tinder profile. It was like, you actually are tall.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, I wonder what, like, I think about the idea of a woman who is taller than me, and I'm like, that could be fun.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it couldn't, but like as women, when
I'm saying some guys would be intimidated by that because guys are stupid.
But a lot of times, like for me, I am taller and heavier than most women. And growing up like that, not just me, but women in general, you tend to take on the stronger role, which is usually considered more masculine. So if you can, like, when these women, what?
No, sorry, I'm just thinking of our confrontations with our neighbors, where, like one of the times when his wife confronted me about something, and like, I'm just talking to her as if she's a human being, but she kept on like being like, oh, well, my husband this and my husband that, and my husband makes the decisions, and I'm like, okay, well then send him over to talk to me. Like, well, will she be there? You're like, probably. We do things together. You're like,
I live
yeah,
here.
but he's the man of the house and he wants to talk to the man of your, and like I actually said to her, like, why does it matter who has the penis? And she just like, I guess that completely took her by surprise, because like she wasn't expecting me to talk about a penis. It was like literally, who fucking cares? Like, we make decisions together.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter which one of us you talk to.
And if you're talking to me, you're getting the correct decision. So skip the middleman.
Lord of Us Kalak says, so Rhino's buying Heidi a pair of stilts for Christmas?
Oh, Bill had many qualities she had hoped to find in the man of her dreams. He was loyal to his family, devoted to Christ, and seemed to love her unconditionally. Like Charlotte, Bill had saved himself for marriage and intended to enter the marriage bed
also don't
as a
believe that.
virgin.
Why would you want to do it? Like, okay, if that's your thing, fine, go for it. Find someone that will go for it with you. Don't try and guilt people into it by saying it's the way it's supposed to be or whatever. But I just don't understand the appeal of like, hey, I want to pledge my life to someone who has zero experience with sex and we might not even be sexually compatible.
Yeah, but I guess people who haven't had sex don't think about that. It's people who have had sex and who have had disappointing sex. You're like,
Well, that's why you should have sex before marriage.
But you've had
so that
sex,
you
so
realize
you have that
like, hey,
enlightenment
there are some
now.
things that I like and there are some things that I don't like.
I
And
agree.
not everybody's going to like the same things as me.
But people who are virgins just assume they're gonna like sex. And
No,
they just
actually,
assume it's gonna be
sadly,
good
a lot of women in this sort of culture assume that they're not going to like sex.
because
and
they're
just
taught that they
assume
don't
that
have
sex-
to like it.
No, it's not about whether or not they have to. It's the sex is for the man.
Yeah. Well, that's what I meant
it's
by
like-
you don't have to like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's sad. I don't think it should be that way.
No, I agree.
Okay.
Damn it. Oh. The only thing that was missing from the relationship was passion.
If passion is missing, you probably shouldn't get married.
Charlotte wasn't sure that she really loved him in the way a wife should love her husband.
Ooh, Von Rek has a good idea. Instead of the stilts, sexy platform boots.
How tall do you guys want me to be? No, I can't. Okay, so I tried on those.
You got some sexy boots, though.
I do. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like, but I have like a 3-inch. 3 inches as tall as my boots will go.
Okay.
Any heel.
You said 3-inch at the same time as Shannon sent that. So, just good timing is all. And also because I've got that thing that makes emojis explode all over the screen. We had an explosion of eggplants all over the screen. Thanks, Shannon.
Shannon. Yeah, what was I saying?
I don't know, something about 3 inches,
Yeah, 3 inches, but
3-inch boots.
oh, 3-inch heels. That
Okay.
is the max I will go. I tried on like a 4 or 5-inch heel once, and I literally like I stood up and then I started like falling forward. It's not happening. 3 inches is like all I got.
I don't know. I like your boots.
I like my boots too. They're amazing. I never said anything.
Mhm.
We need
Okay.
to find a cobbler. What?
Well, and now I've got Donald McGillivray stuck in my head.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
Come like the cobbler, Donald McGillivray. Come like the cobbler, Donald McGillivray. It's a Celtic song, Celtic folk tune. At one point, Donald McGillivray comes like the devil.
Mm. Yeah, we need to find a cobbler. Damn it. Oh, no passion. They've got no passion, and she doesn't even know that she fucking loves him. No, you should not be getting married.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte was 28 when she and Bill talked of marriage. All of her friends were getting married, and some were already having children. She felt pressured that this was her best chance at love and happiness. So
No.
regardless of her many reservations, she accepted his proposal.
No, don't know. If you find yourself accepting someone's marriage proposal because you feel like you have to socially and this is your last chance at love or whatever, and not because you actually do love the guy, no, don't do it. That's not the right reason to get married.
Or, hear me out, or just don't get married.
Yeah.
Ever. Ever, ever.
Ava says, now I want to bake a cobbler.
Apple cobbler.
Peach cobbler? Apple cobbler? What kind of cobbler are we talking?
No, peach. Go with peach.
Apple rhubarb.
No. Oh,
Strawberry rhubarb cobbler.
I had to pick out all the rhubarb from the pie that my mom brought.
My dad makes a lot of rhubarb stuff. They grow their own rhubarb, so
They do a lot of things.
they do.
They had a beautiful wedding that was God-centered and family celebrated. However, as soon as she said the words, I do, Charlotte began to wish she hadn't. She was haunted by doubts from the very beginning.
Sounds like divorce would be a good option.
Of course. After we
Oh,
had been
God.
married for a few months.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
What?
Shanna's making emojis
Oh, yeah.
explode everywhere. I don't know how long it's going to take to do it. Okay, whatever. Keep reading. Oh, there it is. There it is.
There.
Oh, with sheep, too.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it,
You didn't
Shannon.
see that?
I didn't see the sheep. I didn't notice that it was sheep. Okay, somebody needs to donate $500 to make up for Shannon fucking around.
After we had been married for a few months, I remember standing in front of the mirror, putting on my makeup. Charlotte explained. The doubts were running through my mind. Have I made a mistake? Have I married the wrong man? Yes. Then the Holy Spirit whispered to my heart, what if you didn't make a mistake? What are you going to do now? I made a decision that I was going to love this man for the rest of my life.
But what if you did make a mistake and you don't actually love him?
Doesn't
It's
matter.
like, I know there is
the Holy Spirit whispered in her ear.
There is some truth to that whole love is an action rather than a feeling thing. There is some truth to that. But there's also compatibility. It's also a feeling. Like if you married someone that you're just not compatible with, it's not going to come even if you act like it's going to come.
That's a true story. I know it well. I know it well.
Shannon is so happy now that she's learned that she can make emojis explode all over the screen.
Damn it. I made a decision to love him, yet you didn't love him.
She says, I'm super fucking Irish. I assume that's with reference to the sheep fucking. Why does the Scotsman wear a kilt?
I don't know.
Because the sheep run away when they hear the zipper.
I had read the love was a choice, and I chose to love. Amazingly, things got better.
Okay, sorry, I have to clarify. I know Irish and Scottish are different. I was not conflating the Irish with the Scottish. I was making the Scottish joke because I am Scottish. Continue. I just realized that looked like I was being like, oh, Irish and Scottish are the same here.
3 years after they were married, Charlotte and Bill had their first child. She thought, now I was feeling fulfilled. But that was not to be. Even though Charlotte was a pediatric nurse and told others how to take care of their children, she felt like failure in taking care of her own. Postpartum depression is what it's called. Please go see your doctor. A difference in child-rearing decisions caused increasing tension between Charlotte and her husband, and they disagreed at every turn. I feel like I was drowning and wanted Bill to rescue me somehow, she explained. It's called depression. But during this time, Bill lost his job and wanted me to rescue him. We were a mess and nobody knew it. We went to church, smiled at the appropriate times, and wore the names Christian like a badge. Well, that's your other problem.
Yeah, so, no, this is one of the problems with organized religion is, like, yes, it provides community, and that is a valuable thing that has a protective, Shannon's sending dab emojis. God damn it. Shannon, cut it out. But like on the flip side of that, there is kind of an ostracizing feeling of like, if you are part of this community, but you've got something about you that community will not accept. So like, for instance, Rex Felis says kilts don't have zippers. Yes, that's the punchline. The sheep don't run away when you lift the kilt because they don't hear the zipper. They run away when they hear the zipper. So that's why Scotsmen wear kilts, because you can just lift the kilt and they don't run away because there's no zipper for them to hear. Jokes are funnier when you explain them, especially when it's sheep fucking. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So when you're part of a community that has these standards like this, where it's like, I can't express myself because if I am my true self around these people, they will no longer accept me as part of the community. Or as community.
Kind of like Bluey and his dad's.
Am I allowed to talk about that?
Why not?
Okay, so this is trans.
I've been holding on to this for so long.
Hashtag protect trans kids. This is the trans kid rant. So our youngest, Louie, not the name on the birth certificate, but that's the name that they've chosen for themselves at the moment. They're four. That's the youngest. They are currently saying, like, they were assigned male at birth, and they are currently saying they feel like a girl. I'm a girl. I want to be called Bluey. And in our house, we're like, you know what? They're young enough that this might just be a kid thing, and they might grow out of it, but they might be trans. And the best course of action is to just let them explore that aspect of themselves. Let them be who they are. Let them be comfortable with themselves. Their dad, on the other hand,
Drama llama.
yeah, we're discussing whether or not we should commission an artist to have like a little drama llama animation come up when we talk about their dad. Their dad, on the other hand, is very much of the like, oh, you know, trans is a social contagion, trans kids are being pressured into it or whatever. But because with people like that, every accusation is a confession, what happens is they go to their dad's house, and then when they come back from their dad's house, it's like, oh, dad told me I'm a boy over and over and over and over again, and that mummy's telling me that I'm a girl. Like, no. It's exactly the opposite. We're just being like, be who you are comfortable being. And he is the one, like, they're saying that, like, we're trying to push kids into being trans. Like, no, if I had my choice, I would rather they not be trans, because if they are trans, that is going to damage their relationship with their father, because he's an asshole who does not accept trans people because he's a fucking asshole. So, like, if I had my choice, I'd rather they just be cis, because that will lead to an easier life for them where they're not going to have conflict with their dad. Because all things being equal, I would rather they have a good relationship with their fucking father. Because, like, I'm not their dad. I'm their stepdad. Yes, that's an important role, but, like, he's their dad. I want them to have a good relationship with him. And if he's going to be anti-trans, I would rather they be cis, because I would rather they not have to deal with that pain. But if they are trans, it's not going to go away by us pressuring them into being cis. So we just accept who they are. And, like, yes, we have been in contact with, like, parental advisor things or whatever. And, like, this is not just our, like, we're saying, like, oh yeah, they are trans, whatever. Like, there are professionals involved. This is not just a, like, our opinion sort of thing.
And I'm going to reiterate, for the purpose of somehow in this universe, the video, he watches this video. I am not saying that Bluey is trans. I am saying that Bluey is 4, and Bluey should be able to express themselves however they want.
Yeah. And that's what the parental advisor says as well.
Yeah.
But their dad's a fucking asshole who, like, he'll call him by all these fucking nicknames that are based off of his birth name, but, like, he refuses to call him Bluey, which, like, yeah, Bluey's not going to be the name he sticks with forever, probably, because, you know, whatever. And I don't think he was aware of the Bluey cartoon. I think that this
But either way, it's not even like Bluey is a male or a female name. It's just a name.
Yeah.
I could see if they came up with, like, Vanessa. Fine, their dad, we already know that their dad's not on board, so it's like I could see him being angry and not agreeing to it. But it's Bluey.
Yeah.
Like, you call him Mighty Mouse, or call her Mighty Mouse, and
yeah. But like, this is my point, is that, like, they accuse us of being the ones to pressure kids into being trans. Be like, no. If I could choose, I would rather all the kids be cis, because that's just objectively an easier life, and I want my kids to have an easy life. However, if they are trans, all the research suggests that being affirming is going to be best for their mental health. It's going to give them a better life than if we try and deny it and try and make them be cis. Mm-hmm. So, absolutely, I will 100% be, like, affirm that. And it's their dad that is saying, no, you're a boy, you're a boy, you're a boy. He's the one pushing gender ideology on his kids. Yeah. It's not us. We're saying, be who you fucking are, because we love you. Yeah. I'm sorry, this makes me mad. Like, I have so many fantasies about, like, getting into, like, fist fights with him, and either, like, losing and using that as a legal defense, or, like, just beating the shit out of him. Like,
yeah,
it's
the longer we are apart, the more I'm like, how was I ever with him? I like, if we hadn't separated when we did, we would have separated now. Like, this would have been, Anyways,
back to Sharon.
He's been holding on to this for a while.
Oh yeah, no, it pisses me the fuck off.
Yeah. Charlotte's heart was wide open for the enemy to attack, and there was nothing in place to guard it. She stopped studying the Bible and spending time in prayer, and she withdrew from her Christian friends.
Good. The Bible's got some pretty fucking awful advice.
Yeah.
Oh, also, Paul, am I supposed to figure out what this means? Am I supposed to figure, or is that just random emojis to make it explode?
It's probably just to make it explode.
I don't know. There's a wink followed by the wet followed by the okay symbol. Like that. I feel like that means something.
Well, I feel like they picked all the symbols that could be possibly used in conversation about sex.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, like if she feels like she can't talk to her friends about her struggles, then yes, she's going to withdraw from them. Like, but it's also called postpartum depression. It's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
During this time,
Also,
Bill...
you never loved your husband to begin with.
Well, that too.
That probably exacerbated it a bit.
Yeah. During this trying time, Bill's cousin Dan began to spend a lot of time at their home. Dan was a truck mechanic, and Charlotte's 2-year-old son loved to go see Uncle Dan's trucks. While Charlotte and her son visited Dan, they often talked about their marital problems. He listened to me. He really listened to me, Charlotte remembered. One weekend, Bill and I joined several family members at their cabin in the mountains. I remember Dan asking his wife if she wanted to go for a walk. She said no. Then he asked my husband if he wanted to go. He also said no. I'll go, I said in a flash. Honestly, when Dan and I began on that walk up the mountain, I had no idea there was a slippery slope ahead.
Oh, did she cheat with Dan?
I don't know.
Or did they just like slip and fall down the mountain?
I don't know. This is going to be our soap opera, I guess. We talked about...
That'd be really funny if she just like slipped and fell down the mountain. That's what the slippery slope was.
I would fucking kill Shannon. I'm sorry.
Shannon?
Sharon.
Well, I mean, Shannon's making the money fly across the screen with all these emojis. But...
We talked about our marriage problems, his stepson, and various other issues. Bill and I never talked like that. At one point, Dan held out his hand to help me down a steep incline.
Oh, they held hands.
Down the slippery slope.
Down the slippery slope.
When I placed my hand in his, an electric shock ran through my body. We locked eyes, and it was obvious that attraction was mutual. For the next 9 months, Dan and Charlotte had an emotional affair. She took her son to see Uncle Dan and his tractors often. To Bill, Charlotte seemed the happiest she had ever been in their married life, and he falsely thought it was because of him. She became pregnant with their second child.
And their second child was actually Dan's?
I feel like it might be.
Ooh.
And they even went on a marriage retreat weekend with a Christian organization. He had no idea what was really going on in her heart and mind. After the retreat, the emotional affair grew into a sexual affair that lasted for 7.5 years.
And he didn't catch on in 7.5 years?
Like, I feel like after a year, it's like, okay, let's just call it what it is.
I mean, he was oblivious enough to marry someone who didn't love him.
No, I'm talking about Dan and Charlotte. Like,
yeah, Charlotte didn't love him when they got married.
Dan's Uncle Dan, isn't it Dan?
Oh, who's Charlotte's husband?
Bill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They just need to get a divorce and get together if they have an affair for 7 years. During that time, sexual intimacy with her husband came to a halt.
And he still didn't notice. 7 years of no sex and he didn't notice that something was up.
Yes, he tried to approach her for about 2 years, but after rejection upon rejection, he gave up. Secrecy, seduction, and lies became her new way of life, which was leading to death. Well,
if there's like a week with no sex, I'm just like, you okay? Is everything okay?
No.
Yeah, I know. Is that something we want to share with the chat, or is that TMI for even us?
No, that's not necessary.
Okay.
But I wasn't even talking about that. Let's talk about everything. Drama llama.
Yeah, that too.
I could not believe who I had become. I was a church girl. I met my husband at InterVarsity Christian Fellowship in college. I was a virgin when I got married. I never thought this could happen to me.
That's what happens when you don't have sex before you're married, and then you find someone else who's more sexually compatible with you after you're married.
Not even just sexually compatible, but
just like compatible in general.
Yeah. I tried to end the affair at least 20 times, but he had such a hold on me. I kept going back. When I was a little girl, I felt I was worthless. Now I knew I was. Okay, so this is what I have decided. Sharon's, the reason like she's including all of this, because I think she wants to try and get into like romance novels. So she's testing it out here with this little story.
Seeing whether people are actually invested in this story.
Yeah.
No, I'm just like, she just needed to not marry Bill in the first place.
Yeah. But like, this is too soap opera-ish. Like, I feel like it's her seeing if she could take a try at romance novels. I don't know. Oh, after 7 years of the on-again, off-again affair, Charlotte and Bill decided to change churches. At this new church, Charlotte heard the truth of God rather than the feel-good sermons she had grown accustomed to hearing. She made a decision to begin reading her Bible again, reconnecting with Christian friends.
That's what made me an atheist. Go for it.
And seeking the Lord in prayer. What did? What did?
Reading the Bible.
Oh.
Because I believed in biblical inerrancy. And then the first error in the Bible that I noticed was in the Christmas story. It says the wise men who were in the east saw a star in the east, and they followed that star, and it somehow led them west. Now, not a huge error, because like most translations nowadays, no, I have the 2011 NIV. No, I have the one before the 2011 NIV. That's the latest one. In the latest one, they changed it to, they didn't see the star in the east, they saw the star as it rose. So if the star rose in the west and they followed it, then it leads them west. And if it's a magical star, that might be possible. But in my Bible, it said in the east. And I'm like, the Bible's inerrant. And it says it's in the east. And like, that was the first domino that kind of fell. And eventually it led me to be like, you know what? Every preacher says you need to sit down and read the Bible to get closer with God. So I'm like, I'm going to read the Bible all the way through, starting from Genesis all the way to Revelation. By the book of Joshua, which is the 6th book, I believe, I was an atheist. Because, like, God's a genocidal maniac. I'm like, that's not the God that I was raised to believe in.
Do you know what's really hard about being neurodivergent?
What's that?
Is listening to your story, but then my brain wanting to tell you something different, but then not interrupting you, because I know that that's the neurodivergent thing to do, and if I interrupt you, you're going to forget what you were saying, but then I also have to remember what I was trying to say to you.
Okay, what were you trying to say to me?
Don't know, because then I had to remember this.
Love you.
I love you too. Oh. Oh yeah, reconnecting, seeking the Lord. God, I want to end this affair once and for all, she prayed. Please send me someone to help me and hold me accountable.
Why send someone? Like, she needs a new girlfriend to stop her from having an affair?
I guess. Because God told her to talk to Eddie.
Eddie? So it's not a new girlfriend, it's a new boyfriend.
I don't know. So, please send me someone to help me and hold me accountable. Talk to Eddie, God seemed to say. I mean,
okay.
Charlotte's got a direct line because
I really have to pee right now, so I'm going to roll the ad for Project Share.
You gotta be back before it's done.
So I'm peeing in the kitchen sink?
Ew, that's gross.
That's, you know, the Homer Simpson song?
I'm gonna go talk to Eddie.
You know that song? It's like, I get knocked down and I get up again.
Chumbawamba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Homer Simpson has a version of that where he comes home and he's like, I drink a whiskey drink, I drink a lager drink, and when I have to pee, I use the kitchen sink. I thought it was funny. Anyway, Project Share ad. community and show the world how generous a community of atheists can be. You missed it, but she yelled hi. She actually went out and
I did not.
I smell it. You smoked.
I did.
She smoked some oregano, so she's even more high now.
No, it doesn't work like that. It takes a little bit of time.
Anyway, everybody donate to Project Share. We need another $500 to hit our goal for the night.
Project Share. Okay, I'm talking to Eddie. I went to go talk to Eddie. Just I'm gonna go talk to Eddie, okay? Yeah. Charlotte confided with this. Oh, Eddie's a woman. This older woman at her new church.
Eddie is a woman?
Yeah. Or maybe it's Edie.
Oh, Edie? I'm just going to assume it's Edie because it's you.
How do you spell Eddie?
Eddie.
But can you not spell it with a Y?
Maybe.
I don't know. Okay, so she went to talk to Edie and walked her through the process of repentance and change. For the first time in her life, Charlotte understood who she was in Christ and grasped her true identity as a child of God. Oh my God, this is such a fucking boring story now that the sex is over.
Isn't that how it always goes, though?
She had grown up in the church, but her new understanding of who she was, what she had... Oh my God, can I please skip this? Edie stood by Charlotte. And what does this have to fucking do with Charlotte? Oh, Charlotte's web of lies. Okay.
Did you not figure that out from the...
No. Sharon, you got me. You got me there, Sharon.
Good job, Sharon. This was some excellent writing. She didn't see that plot twist coming. Continue.
I'm gonna try. Okay. Charlotte understood a bunch of shit, and Edie stood by her side. Today, Charlotte is a woman set free from the bondage of sexual... Oh, God damn it!
Sexual bondage? What?
Oh, she's been set free!
I mean, that's the whole point of the nipple clamp, is that it gets the blood stuck in there and then you set it free by, like, yanking it off.
Ew, no.
That's the sexual bondage.
Yes, no, but don't rip it off, no.
What? Not
But
like
she's
rip
been...
it off.
No. She's been free from the bondage of sexual seduction.
Do I need to take over the reading?
And untangled from the web of sin.
Lord...
I would have gotten there eventually. Just spell it up for me.
Well, you figured it out just before she spelled it out. So. Lord of Uzkalak says, oh, what a tangled web we weave when we seek to be seduced by Dan.
Oh, Dan. Oh, I don't know if I can see anymore. Too many tears.
And Paul's sending spider and web emojis. So we'll see that explode on screen in a sec.
Spider-Man.
I didn't understand what you just said.
It's like, what is Spider-Man? But it's for the web of sin. Oh, gosh.
I'm glad you figured it out. Shannon says, I prefer Heidi reading Sit the Fuck Down.
You
You back with us?
I think so. She eventually told her husband about the affair, and while it has been excruciatingly painful, the two of them are going to counseling in an effort to put their marriage back together and make it better than it ever was before.
I mean, I was gonna say, like, it started off with she didn't love him. Like, it's hard to get worse than that. Like, honestly, if you didn't love me, and then I found out that you cheated on me, I'd be like, yeah, that tracks. She didn't love me. Because, like, the cheating would not be the worst thing in that scenario.
Yeah, but you think I love you, and someone cheats.
Yeah, that would be
Hurtful.
Yeah. I'm not saying it doesn't hurt. I'm just saying, like, of the two things, you don't love me or you cheated on me, you don't love me would hurt a lot worse.
No, that's true.
Like, you cheated on me, that's a physical thing, and, like, yeah, there's probably some emotional stuff going on there as well that needs to be addressed. But, like, if you don't love me and you cheated on me, then it's like, well, you don't love me, so we should probably just end the relationship. So, like, the cheating is secondary to that.
Charlotte, I asked, what would you tell a woman to do to avoid the same seductive trap that you fell into?
Marry someone that you actually like.
Here was her reply. So that's why it's only 10. Because it's not Sharon's list, it's Charlotte's list.
Okay. Yeah, but we know Charlotte doesn't actually exist. Sharon's just writing a fanfic.
If you have toyed...
If you have toyed.
Yeah, but my brain's like, if you have toys, yeah.
We got toys.
I was like, how is she incorporating that?
If you use sex toys with your partner, they won't cheat on you.
Yeah. Or if you just use sex toys on yourself, then you're...
Yeah, use sex toys instead of cheating. There you go.
Well, that's what I thought she was going with, but then I realized it's not, because I was like, that was not going to fit in this book. Okay, if you have toyed with the idea of having an affair, emotionally or physically, call a Christian friend and tell her. I don't have any Christian friends.
Yes, you do. You've got one. Heather.
I don't think she would give me the same advice as Sharon, though.
Probably not, no. Because she's a good person, so she'd probably say, like, yeah, no, if you're not happy in that relationship, you should probably either sit down and have a serious conversation with them or end it.
If you feel attracted to another man, avoid contact with him. Do not have a male best friend.
You can have a male best friend. You're bisexual, so, like, you're just not allowed to have a best friend that's not me, apparently.
Oh, you are my best friend. You're my best
yeah, but, like,
friend.
you're also allowed
my best
you
friend.
are allowed to have
You
friends
make me
outside of
happy
you.
when skies are gray.
And that includes,
and
like,
even though
people that are attractive.
I know I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Those are two different songs.
You shouldn't have smoked. We're almost done. She'll make it.
It's only like one page left.
But at this rate, that's another hour of streaming. Shannon saying we're the same couple again.
Do not tell your marriage problems to a male friend.
But what if you're bisexual and you're attracted to women as well?
And what if the male
that
friend's
could create
gay?
a moment. Yeah, that could create a moment of vulnerability that could cause you to cheat on me with another woman. Wait, the look you just gave me. Have you cheated on me with another woman?
When that happens to someone else.
I was gonna be like, if you cheat on me with another woman, I just want to hear the details.
No. Yeah. Oh.
Azkalak says, is it okay for a good Christian woman to have a male best friend if he's gay? No, because gay men are of the devil.
Do not believe the lie that the life could be better with another man. It actually can. It can be better with another man.
As the other man, I can confirm that. Okay, I was not the other man when I did not know you until you had already divorced or split or whatever. But yeah, no, I was not the first man. And
so much better.
Yeah.
Do not off alone with another man.
Don't what?
Go off alone.
Don't get off alone with another man. If you're going to get off with another man, do it together.
Oh my gosh.
Scott M 1973 says, streamers, don't let your co-streamers stream high.
Oh, stay connected to God through Bible study and prayer. Oh, secrets are...
There she lusted after her lovers, whose emission was like those of donkeys and whose members were like those of horses. Ezekiel 23:20. I might have gotten the horses and donkeys mixed up there, but you get the gist. Okay, what's the next one? This is the rest of the stream. This is it. This is what you're stuck with. If you donate another $500, I'll make her stop laughing. Or if you donate another $500, I'll do things to make sure she keeps laughing. Because that's funnier.
Oh, secrets are Santa's best tool.
Secrets are Santa's best tools. Is it Satan? Is it supposed to be Satan and you read Santa? Santa does keep a lot of secrets. He wouldn't be very good at giving presents if he didn't keep them secret first.
Okay. Secrets are Satan's best tool. Don't keep secrets once you...
Once you what? Give me the book. Give me the book. I can't tell what you're saying. Secrets are Santa's best tools.
Okay.
Don't keep secrets.
Once you bring something out in the open by confessing it to another person, he loses power over you.
Santa.
But don't make that other person
I'm sorry, don't make that other person a male?
Because you're not allowed to tell them to male. Only the females that are Christian.
It's so arbitrary, though. Like the idea of a bisexual woman or a gay man is just like completely foreign to Sharon.
Okay. Oh, and 10. Guard your heart. That's 10.
With the layer of plaque on the inside, eating all the chips.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
Old Faithful. Okay.
Ooh, are you gonna get some squirting?
No.
It's Old Faithful gushes.
King Solomon wrote, above all else, guard your heart. For it
King
is
Solomon
the
also had
wellspring of
3,000 wives.
Yes.
And 7,000 concubines.
But he didn't love all of them. Just
the one he wrote about in the Song of Songs.
So his heart was still guarded.
I feel like you don't want to take romantic advice from a guy who had 7,000 concubines or whatever it was.
Yes, but he guarded his heart, so he didn't really love them. Oh.
I don't feel like, did he guard his heart?
I don't know.
He had his dick in thousands of women. And we're judging this woman for having an affair with one guy for 7 years.
Yes. Her brother-in-law.
I missed that part.
Oh, you fucking missed that part?
That's a whole Pornhub category.
It's a soap
I missed
opera.
that he was the brother-in-law. Oh, we've lost Puddles.
Oh my gosh. And I'm the problem over here.
I didn't say you were the problem.
Oh, okay.
It's hard to understand what you're saying when you giggle.
We only got this left. Okay, shh. In a literal sense, the heart is the life-giving, blood-pumping organ located in your chest behind the upper ribs.
You really? Behind the upper ribs? You need to add that part?
Yes.
Do you know where the heart pumps blood to sometimes?
Your brain?
The penis. And then it engorges with blood and makes it stiff like a cedar. That was a behemoth joke for those of you who follow my channel. She probably hasn't.
I have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
Behemoth is the animal in the Bible that makes his tail stiff like a cedar.
Oh, I heard you talking about that. Okay. Yeah. In a metaphorical sense, the heart represents the life-giving mechanism that controls our mind, will, and emotions.
No, the brain does that. The brain literally is the thing that controls the mind. It is the mind.
The mind controls the mind, but who controls the mind?
But the heart provides the blood that allows the brain to live. And it's like, yeah, and the lungs provide the oxygen for that, but we don't talk about the lungs as if they're the emotional center. The stomach provides the nutrients that go to the blood. I love you with all of my stomach.
I love you with all of my pelvic bowl.
Your pelvic what?
Pelvic bowl.
Pelvic bowl.
Yeah, because that's the area of the body where
that
we
has all the intestines and shit.
Tend to carry our emotions.
And shit. Okay, because intestines
no,
and shit. Because
no.
shit is in the intestines.
No.
It was funny.
In a metaphysical sense.
Actually.
It is.
So, in the Hebrew.
And he's telling me I'm the reason we're going along.
I have ADHD. In the Hebrew that the Bible was originally, the Old Testament was originally written in, anytime it's translated in English as heart, meaning like in an emotional sense, like I feel this in my heart sort of thing, in ancient Hebrew culture, it was actually the bowels. So the Hebrew word that is translated as heart is actually their word for the bowels in intestines, because that was where they saw the center of emotion.
Yes, in their pelvic bowl.
Yeah, but like there are psalms that are like, you move my heart.
Right.
So when you translate that properly, it's you make me poop. You give me a bowel movement. You have moved my bowels.
Well, maybe they just didn't know what a pelvis was. And so that was the closest thing. But yeah, you hold emotion in your pelvis area, your pelvic bowl. And so they knew that, saying,
you make me poop.
Yeah.
I love you so much, I poop.
Anyways, in the hidden spring of life that directs the course of our daily choices, in the Bible, the heart is the seat of joy.
No, that was the intestines.
John 16:22. Desire, Matthew 5:20. Oh my God.
What's she quoting now?
She's just writing words and then where they're found in the Bible, okay?
Oh, okay.
Affection, Luke 24:32. Perception, John 12:40. Thoughts, blah, 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 blah. This continues.
Are we supposed to be looking up these verses? Shannon said hashtag Team Heidi. I don't know why.
Because I'm fucking amazing.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're not. I didn't realize we were in a team situation where it was me versus you.
It's just life.
About, like, what were we disagreeing about?
I don't know. It's just that I'm better than you, that's all.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing.
One summer, my family traveled to Yellowstone National Park, Wyoming, and waited for over an hour to see Old Faithful shoot some 8,400 gallons of boiling water 150 feet into the air.
I mean, if you want to see some squirting, you can go to pornhub.com. They have a whole category. It's not boiling, hopefully.
Ew.
I imagine that would be painful if it was.
Just
There's probably a category for that,
it's already warm and sticky. It's just gross. The Geyser show lasted about 3 minutes and held a repeat performance every 76 minutes or so. The seemingly endless supply of water.
Like, the women on Pornhub who are in the squirting category they don't have to wait 76 minutes in between events. Generally.
Oh,
Just saying.
This is a family show. My mom might be watching.
Oh, right. Fuck. Hi, Heidi's mom. We have a wholesome relationship that has no sex involved in it whatsoever. You don't need to know about any of that. You can go back to watching Twit Tweets where I don't go into explicit detail in my sex life with your daughter. That's also a Pornhub category, but I wish it wasn't.
Ew.
Ew.
This seemingly endless supply of water below the surface. We're not kink shaming. of the Earth combined with heat and pressure have provided a watery display that has fascinated tourists for many years. Thank you for
It's a Pornhub
explaining.
category. This is a Pornhub category. Does she not realize she is giving a very erotic description of Old Faithful?
Like, why do we have this here? Just a few miles away, we made a quick stop to observe sulfur-filled ponds that bubbled up from the earth. These putrid-smelling puddles may have been another world wonder, but we didn't see many tourists hanging around to gaze at their beauty.
Okay, sulfur-scented putrid things are also a Pornhub category.
I don't know. I do not want to know about these things, okay? No. No.
Have you seen Two Girls, One Cup?
No! We're not talking about these things. No.
Oh, God. What is coming up next?
It was a click.
And you read it as clit? No? Okay, what is... And it says 468 until the goal. We're not going to hit that. We're almost done.
What does a C...
I don't believe in you guys.
What does a C and an L next to each other look like?
Is it a lowercase L?
Yeah.
Looks like a backwards D.
Isn't that?
It's C-L. Backwards D.
Oh.
What do you think it looks like?
Why is it a backwards D?
Because D's face the other way.
No, B's face the other way.
Did you misread it as dick?
Yes. But I'm very confused about your backwards D.
Okay. Do I have to open up Notepad?
Well, I'm looking at it. It just looks like a D.
You see how the straight edge is on the right-hand side with the CL and it's on the left-hand side with the D?
Oh, no, I don't understand what you're saying.
Because the D is like a backwards C with an L in front of it. But if you do a CL, it's a backwards D.
No, it's not a backwards D because you got to do a lowercase c with a lowercase L.
Okay, yeah, that's... You didn't say lowercase c. I was doing uppercase
You asked me
C.
lowercase and I said yes.
Lowercase L. Because...
Oh my gosh.
Von Rex says if we all gave $10, we would reach the goal. Yeah, there's 65 people viewing on YouTube and 8 people on Twitch. So if everybody gave $10, that'd be 650 plus 80, which is some amount greater than 650. So yeah, everybody give $10.
It is the hidden spring of life. Oh, we're back to words.
We're back to sexual words.
No, where are we going? Where's click? Oh, click. Okay. It was a...
Oh my God. What now?
the deck.
The dick. Because it's a click. And the CL looks like a D.
Yeah. It was a click of the camera when they escaped from the areas as quickly as possible. The stench was unbearable. What the fuck? What does this have to do with anything?
Anal sex. The stench was unbearable.
Oh, these two well springs reminded me of the condition of the human heart. It can be
unbearable stench?
I don't know. It can be a magnificent display of faithful beauty and splendor, or a repugnant puddle of putrid disgust.
Paul says don't Google backwards D.
When all the societal pollutants in our world today, it's easy for a heart to become contaminated. To keep a heart pure requires an endless supply of faithfulness and the steam of determination. Okay.
I'm very disappointed because I do a search for backwards D and all I find is a bunch of websites that are backwards text generators.
Okay. So of that section of the chapter, there was 4 paragraphs. Most of it was taken up by explaining about the geyser and the The other
Giving a
thing,
very erotic description of how the geyser squirts.
yeah, for her to say that it's like the heart, one side nice and pure and the other's possible, is like all that just to say that one sentence.
That you can feel two ways about something.
No, that like your heart can either be like pure and beautiful and nice, or your heart can be contaminated.
Okay.
She
She
took
wrote 4 paragraphs to say that.
yeah.
I mean, they gave us some pretty sexy descriptors of Sharon. I'm gonna read that and masturbate to it because it's fucking hot.
Power of a word.
Jess says, if your heart squirts, please go to the ER.
Oh, Sharon. That's it. Oh, sorry, we're done.
Oh yeah. I'm waiting for you to read the next sentence.
What are we doing? What's going on?
All right, so that's it. We raised about $500 today, so that's. Should we just stream a stream of her laughing when she's high? Because I find it amusing, but I might be biased in that. So like maybe you guys aren't as interested in that as I am, because I think it's fucking hilarious.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. So thanks for joining us, everyone. Thanks for donating to Project Share. Those of you who donated.
Thank you.
If you haven't donated yet, please consider it. If you're unable to, that's okay. I'm only judging you a little bit. And as always, see you next Tuesday.